We're speaking with Rick Yarosh, who's getting the Medal of Courage this week at the National Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum. Rick, tell me your thoughts about being out here with all the greats of wrestling and celebrating the sport with a bunch of people that really love wrestling as well.
Yeah, I've known I was going to get the award for quite a while now, about 6 months, but I think just yesterday and today it's really starting to hit me how big it is. Being around these guys who have, well, myself, I've been in wrestling for maybe 10 years. I started when I was in 7th grade. I'm 27 now, but I've been out of wrestling for about 10 years as well. And being with these guys who have been in wrestling their whole entire lives, spending this weekend with them is awesome. And getting to share a stage with these guys is amazing, really.
Now, how did you get involved in wrestling? Your family has some background in sport, apparently.
My dad wrestled when he was younger, and when I'm the oldest brother, so I started wrestling when I was about maybe 7 years old, and my other brother was 4, and I think he started wrestling about the same time I did. And I did it for a couple years, and I was the short, fat kid that got pinned every day, and it wasn't real interesting to me, you know. So I actually stopped wrestling about probably when I was 7. I started when I was 7, maybe wrestled for 2 years, and then stopped. And then as soon as I got into junior high in 7th grade, I started wrestling again because it was just, and it was not my dad forcing me. He gave me the choice if I wanted to or not, but I did want to, and I'm so glad I stuck with it.
Now, you wrestled through high school and team captain at Windsor. Have some traditional great wrestlers came out of your high school. Mr. Bush we saw out here, the Penrith brothers and all that. Wrestling is pretty important in your community.
It's been, lately it's picking back up again. There was a time when wrestling kind of lost what it had in Windsor, and it's picked up since I was in high school, and it's big again, and it's kind of cool to see that because there is such tradition in our school, and to see it coming back is really awesome.
Now tell me about your decision to join the military and become a person that served in the Army. Why did you get involved in that, and what was that experience like for you once you were enrolled?
Well, I graduated in 2000 from high school, and for 4 years I worked and did odds and ends things. I did a lot of cooking jobs, and that's not the direction I wanted to go, and I knew that, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a state trooper. That was the goal, ultimate goal, and I didn't know if it was going to work or not. So in April of 2004, I saw on the front page of the paper a picture of a guy that I knew. Actually, he was a wrestler from a close town, Sydney, New York, and he passed away in Iraq. And for some reason, that picture, I remember I was sitting at my grandma's house, and that picture made me think I wanted to join the Army. And that was like the driving factor. There's a lot of reasons. I mean, 9/11, all that stuff, but that picture right there, and knowing this kid who was a great kid dying over there, I don't know, that's what pushed me to join the Army. And one of the best decisions I've ever made was to join.
Now, obviously, since people have learned about what happened to you when you were over in Baghdad and things like that, you've talked about the incident that changed your life. And could you give me a little bit of background of what your thoughts are now and when you look back to that time of your life and what happened that day?
When I look back, I'd say, a lot of people ask me how I feel, and I have no regrets, none whatsoever. I'm so proud of my country, and you know, you don't hear a lot of the good stuff that goes on over there. There is a lot of good stuff that goes on over there. You know, we're building schools, we're giving these kids a choice for an education. There's a lot of stuff that's going on over there that we don't get to hear. So joining the military and serving my country was such an honor that I can't have regrets of.
Now, obviously after, you got burned and you survived the attack that changed things for you, you had some serious rehabilitation and some things that really had to probably push you along the way. Well, how did you find the strength to go through all these surgeries and the different challenges that it took once you were able to survive and face what your life was now?
I think one of the biggest reasons I was able to get through it, and the thing that gave me the strength, was my family.
Right.
My family was there every single day, and since this wrestling thing has come up, it all goes back to that. Getting in the van and driving a couple hours to go to a wrestling tournament, bringing our family so close together. And we did a lot of stuff as a family when we were younger. A lot of canoeing, a lot of stuff like that, a lot of the wrestling. So I think all that stuff strengthened our family and that helped them and myself get through what I was able to get through later on. Because I was in the hospital for 6 months.
Yeah, and that must have been a daily battle, right?
It was, and a lot of it I don't remember, but my parents have to remember every single day of it. So it's hard for people to understand it, but they had to deal with a lot more than I did. Their strength is probably more than mine is, really. I mean, it's amazing that they were able to do what they did. Every single day, every minute of visiting hours, my parents were there.
Now, you talk to other people about your experiences and others that are facing challenges. What kind of message do you tell them?
You know, I talk about the power of a positive attitude. I think that a positive attitude, it opens doors to the future. It gives you so much opportunity. There's so much opportunity out there, and people just don't see it. I mean, I've seen it a million times since my injury, and I'm grabbing things. I'm grabbing these opportunities that I have. These opportunities were there before too, but I just didn't see them. And now my eyes are open to these things. That's kind of what I try to tell people, because, you know, and people have things that go on in their life that some are big, some are small. But no matter how big or small, you can turn it into something great. And that's one of the things I love to tell people.
Any highlights so far on your Hall of Fame visit?
Just meeting everybody, meeting a new family, basically. It's really cool because, like I said, I've been out of wrestling for 10 years. I graduated in 2000 and I haven't wrestled. I've gone to matches here and there, but my wrestling life has been renewed this weekend already. I'm excited to go to matches every day. I want to go watch DVDs of old matches. I'm excited about it. It's really cool. It just opened up a new part in my brain where I want to do something.
Well, we really appreciate the interview, and also congratulate you on receiving the Medal of Courage from the Wrestling Hall of Fame. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you very much.